it's hard to imagine a world without bicycles. They've been around for over 200 years now. In today's video, we're looking at 10 of the coolest ones in the world, from the most sideways contraptions all the way to flamethrowing bicycles. Yes, you heard that right. We've got all sorts of interesting and wild inventions. So let's get started. Bond bike. If you want to make your daily ride more interesting, we've got the right bike for you. The James Bond bike, complete with a flamethrower and ejector seat. This is certainly a good solution for dealing with angry motorists. Not only that, but it will surely catch the attention of anyone you meet. This bicycle was built by a British insurer who came up with the idea after asking 800 cyclists to name their least favorite aspect of riding a bicycle. 52% of the cyclists named cars and trucks passing too close as being their #1 complaint. So, obviously, the most logical solution to this problem was adding a flamethrower. Simple and easy. The specially designed flamethrower will make sure no one will want to mess with you. Many cyclists also complained of poor road conditions, such as potholes. To fix this problem, the Bond bike is fitted with an all-terrain Caterpillar track in place of its rear wheel. And for those who live in a cold climate, the bike also carries a ski blade that can be interchanged with the front wheel. Now, I'm sure you might be afraid of getting this amazing bike stolen. This is why it comes with an ejector seat, which is intended to catch out any thief that may get past a conventional lock. Or at least that's what the inventor claims. We're not sure of the practicality of this feature. And just to make it clear, we also do not condone resorting to flamethrowers to resolve your road altercations. Chainless bike. This bike might look like a regular bike at first glance, but if you look at it by the side, you'll notice that it's chainless, hence the name. The idea for this bicycle was to create a more advanced form of the common, conventional everyday bike. By being chainless, it allows you to be more flexible in your movements. You have more control over both wheels independently, so you can move through obstacles more easily. The feeling of freedom you get by riding this bike is its best feature. It gives you the sensation of gliding in the streets, making your ride feel way smoother than what you would experience with a conventional bike. Another great advantage of this bike is its portability. In one simple motion, you can quickly fold it and carry it anywhere, as it's fairly lightweight. You are guaranteed to have fun with this bike. And the design is definitely sleek if you ask us. Sideways bike. Now, talking about design, this is definitely a funky one. This bike is designed to be ridden sideways and is balanced by using front to back balance rather than left to right. The idea was to mimic the sensation you get while riding a snowboard. The difference between riding the sideways bike and a conventional bike is similar to the difference between snowboarding and skiing. Obviously, you lose in speed, but you gain in artistic expression, as the inventor puts it. If you're more of a scooter aficionado, don't worry, the creator of the sideways bike didn't forget about you. He also created the sideways scooter, which works with the same principle, front to back balance. Now, if you want to become the coolest kid at your school, you know what to do.
Floor gang, oh!
Alternative tandem bike. This tandem bike comes with a twist. The two riders are facing opposite directions. The actions of the riders appear quite independent of each other, and it seems that they just happen to be going in the same direction. It's basically half of a tandem bike welded to the front half of an ordinary mountain bike. So what was originally the front tire of the mountain bike is now the rear tire of the new tandem, with its handlebars fixed in place so that they no longer turn. The cleverness of this design lies in the chain and transmission system, which has been modified. If you have a tendency to get mad with your partner while riding a conventional tandem, this is perhaps the perfect bike for you. Lunartic Bike. Hubless wheels aren't new, but combining those with a belt drive definitely makes for a distinctive bike. The hubless bike is supposed to be as compact as possible, without having to fold it or being awkward to ride. The Lunartic Bike was developed by design student Luke Douglas, and it's belt-driven. The rear wheel doesn't have a hub, so there are no spokes. The goal of this project was to create a compact bike with the performance and comfort benefits of a large wheel. Big-wheeled bikes offer more stability due to the gyroscopic effect of the large wheel, but small-wheeled bikes take up less space and are more maneuverable. This bike combines the benefits of both worlds and offers an intriguing aesthetic. Rungu E-Bike. Electric bikes are becoming big business. Plenty of mainstream manufacturers have at least one in their lineup. Rungu is the only one of its kind. Launched by a Californian company, it's equipped with 3 large soft tires, 2 of which are located at the front. This provides for serious off-road flotation in sand, mud, and snow. You can literally ride this thing in any terrain. But the most fun is definitely at the beach, as you can feel the breeze from the ocean and the wet sand under your wheels. Thanks to the extra front wheel, you feel more stable than in a conventional bike. You can swing your leg over, put all your weight into the bike, and the bike will just stay in place. You can start pedaling right away. This thing is also pretty fast. If you pedal on the beach, it's possible to hit 30 miles per hour using pedal and battery power. Once the battery is drained, it will take about 4 hours to charge. The trike is also equipped with a color LCD display mounted on the handlebar. This lets riders check necessary stats, including speed and battery level. It also lets them select the amount of electrical pedal assistance. Rungu was originally designed to haul stuff over rough terrain that simply can't be handled by a bicycle. If you're a surfer, you can easily transport your surfboard with this trike. It can handle multiple surfboards and up to 200 pounds. It's a great alternative to an ATV as it has the same capacity, but it's silent and only has 1/14 of the carbon footprint of an ATV. It's also smaller, weighing only 80 pounds, so it's far more convenient. Moto Parilla Ultra Carbon. Looks can be deceiving. To the untrained eye, Moto Parilla's Ultra Carbon looks just like a gas engine motorcycle. Instead, it's actually a powerful electric mountain bike more than tough enough to tackle any trail. The hand-built, fully customizable Ultra Carbon is a beefy e-bike that wants to handle it all. Designed specifically with its owner's biometrics in mind, the pedal assist bike can not only get riders around town, it can turn any peak, no matter how steep and winding, into something that can be conquered with ease. Moto Parilla bikes feature frames that blend carbon fiber and aluminum. They are designed to look just like motorcycles. If you're into this look, they are the only one of this kind. Girth Fat Tire Bicycle. If you can't afford a Moto Parilla bike but still want to enjoy the motorcycle aesthetic, we've got you covered. Girth is the ultimate fat tire bicycle. It's completely foot-powered, no batteries, no engines. Joel, the creator of the bike, is a native of Phoenix, Arizona. As a kid, he and his friends were always modifying their bikes into whatever was cool at the time. Then one day, he had the idea to build a bike that looked like a big, heavy motorcycle. He ordered all the parts he needed off of eBay and bent the frame tubing into this unique shape. The project took a total of 6 months, and it was well worth it. Flitz. Flitz is undeniably one of the most utterly bizarre bicycle frames ever made. By strapping into the frame and letting your legs do all the propulsion, you can scoot around town like an oversized toddler on a balance bike. Some may say it looks like a combination between a bicycle and a birth control device, and to be honest, the design is definitely not the most practical. There are some obvious question marks, such as the inability to traverse steep hills, and safety concerns associated with the rider's head being essentially wedged inside the frame. However, it is definitely a fun-looking invention, so we had to include it on our list. Backwards Brain Bicycle. This bike comes with a twist. When you turn the handlebar to the left, the wheel goes to the right. When you turn it to the right, the wheel goes to the left. At first glance, you might think that riding this bike can't be that difficult, but it's way harder than it seems. In fact, the algorithm in your brain that allows you to ride a conventional bicycle is a very complex algorithm. Destin from the YouTube channel Smarter Every Day put this to the test. He created this bicycle to answer a few interesting questions. How long does it take to unlearn how to ride a bicycle? Is it really true that you can never forget how to ride a bicycle? After a few failed attempts at riding the backwards bicycle, Destin quickly came to realize that we all have the knowledge on how to operate a conventional bicycle. But we do not have the understanding. We just do it, but we do not understand what we're doing. This is why riding the backwards bike is so difficult. It took him 8 months to be able to ride it, practicing every day. During this time, he took the bike with him to many conferences. He offered $200 to anyone who could ride just 10 feet. But guess what? No one could even start pedaling on it. The surprising part is that once you learn how to ride the backwards bike, you will automatically unlearn how to ride a normal bike. Because essentially what you're doing is replacing one neural pathway with another. Destin decided to try this experiment with his 6-year-old son who had been riding normal bikes for 3 years, so half his life. It took him 2 weeks to learn the backwards bike. This story is a fascinating, practical example of neuroplasticity, which is the ability of our brains to modify themselves to change neural pathways. The brain of a child is much more plastic than that of an adult, which is why learning a new instrument when you're a kid is much easier. Very interesting to see how our brains work. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe so you'll know when we post a new video. Thanks for watching!